everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today's video is going to be another Sophisticated Saturday, and if you've been here before, you know exactly what that means. Together, we're gonna be working through my to-do list and getting things done. So today I'm actually going to slow the pace down a little bit. It is so close to Christmas. Hanukkah just wrapped up. We have New Year's coming up. Everyone's stressed and busy. So today I'm just gonna keep things cozy and relaxing and just try and get some stuff done. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of meal prepping, some cleaning, and a whole bunch of other things and just keep it really relaxing. Let's jump right into it. Of course, when I think about keeping things nice and cozy and calm and relaxing, I have to set the mood with some lighting. So I'm gonna light a candle and then turn on my little lights on my garland. I'm starting in the kitchen because I am gonna be doing a little bit of meal prep today. I actually made some hard-boiled eggs earlier, so I'm letting those sit on the counter. And I'm going to roast some almonds in the oven to release their natural oils. And later I'll show you that I'm gonna blend them up in my Vitamix blender to make homemade almond butter.
Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make.
I'm just gonna crack and peel those eggs. I'm planning on using them for salads later. I like to have them for a quick, easy breakfast or a healthy snack, so it's just nice to have those on hand. This is the type of meal planning I do usually on weekends, just kind of whenever I feel like we need it. So I always want to have my homemade almond butter on hand. We like to use it with apples and smoothies, all different types of things. So I make that a lot. I will make hard-boiled eggs a lot. Overnight oats are pretty common. A little bit later, I'm going to make some homemade hummus, but those are just staples that we have, and it's not necessarily meal prepping, but it's just prepping things on hand that we use all the time.
A classic cliche, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts.
I don't know about you, but whenever I clean the kitchen, I just feel better about my space. It's one of those areas in my home that when it's dirty, everything feels like a mess, and when it's clean, everything feels like it's in order. So I'm gonna finish up with some of the dishes that I had from this morning, and hopefully that will be one of the things to make me feel a little bit more calm and relaxed. I would put that on one of the top priorities for cleaning. So I don't today want to do a whole bunch of things that aren't necessary. I just want to do the things that I have to do, and dishes are one of the things you for sure have to do.
Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me. Yeah.
With that first round of dishes cleaned out of the sink, I'm going to use my homemade sink scrub. That's just baking soda and essential oils. Then I'm going to put in some dish soap, scrub it around with a little bit of water, and then rinse the whole sink out. I'm going to make more of a mess later today as I continue to meal prep, but with everything out of the sink right now, I'm just going to use that time to scrub it down.
Feel like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you.
I'm picking things up as I go, so part of today's goal is just to get things off the floor, off the countertops, and put away. And I also want to vacuum really quickly. You guys know that I do like to still sweep and mop, but today we're just gonna do a vacuum. It's definitely the easiest out of all three: sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming. So we're just gonna vacuum, get those crumbs up, and make it look nice and clean.
We fly around like paper planes. They never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us. Still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
The almonds are done roasting. It usually only takes about 10 minutes, so you do need to make sure they cool completely. So I'm going to take those out of the oven and let them sit while I continue to clean, because if they're still hot, your Vitamix will overheat. So let them cool completely down, and then we'll turn it into almond butter later.
Yeah, we're loving the way they think we're so messed up. Even if what we're doing is bad, there's so many emotions. Sharing stories that we never had, yeah, none is real. I think we're searching for reasons not to be like them. We fly around like paper planes, they never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
Honestly, you should never underestimate the power of a quick tidy. If you do one of these 10-minute cleans or power hours, something like that where you just kind of set a timer and do what you can, you are going to be shocked at how clean your place looks after you set that timer. Especially if you focus on things like I'm doing today, like picking things up off of the floors, the surfaces, doing your dishes, and things like that. Everything's going to feel so much cleaner if you just buckle down and do it. I almost want to equate this to what would happen if you heard that somebody was going to come over to your house right now. Be honest with yourself. What does your house look like right now? How would you feel if somebody walked in the door and saw your living space? Now, if it's not the way that you want it to be, if somebody was going to walk into your house, pick how much time you have in your day right now to dedicate to quickly picking up and set a timer and act as if somebody's coming over. Now, that doesn't mean to shove things into drawers where they don't belong, to shove them into closets, but actually take the time to put things away in the right place.
Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go in.
Now it's time to make homemade hummus, and I've played around with a bunch of different homemade hummus recipes, and I'm telling you, every single one that I've made has been better than store-bought hummus. I can't go back to store-bought hummus. I feel like it lacks flavor. Nothing compares to homemade hummus. And even if you just use chickpeas or garbanzo beans that you buy from the store, it's still so delicious. That's what I use, and we both love it. I'll leave a link in the description box for the exact recipe I used this time. It's from Downshiftology. She has an awesome YouTube channel, so you should check her out if you haven't before. I love a lot of her recipes, especially some of her basics. I'm actually using her recipe for my almond butter, and I also follow her directions for baking hard-boiled eggs. I feel like I get the perfect hard-boiled egg every time following her instructions.
I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
So I'm just gonna put this hummus into a glass Tupperware container, rinse out the Vitamix, and then it's probably been enough time that my almonds have cooled off and it's time to make some almond butter. And you're gonna be shocked at how easy this is if you haven't seen me do it before. I will also put a link in the description box to my Vitamix that I use. We're in love with it. It is such a power machine, but if you don't have a high-speed blender, it will be pretty difficult to make almond butter from scratch. You can definitely make homemade hummus in a regular blender. If you even have just a simple bullet blender, hummus should be no problem in there, or you can always use a food processor if you have that as well.
Doesn't really matter while wishing for something better. I try to fix things weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart and I won't dare.
Okay, ready for how you make this homemade almond butter? I'm gonna put the almonds into the Vitamix and literally just press start. It honestly only takes 1 minute and it turns into the creamiest, healthiest almond butter because it has one ingredient, almonds. And by roasting it in the oven, it releases those natural oils, so it does become creamy. You can add things like coconut oil, you can add more salt if you want, cinnamon if you want flavoring, so you can really mix it up. But we really like just the plain blended almonds.
If we don't feel the same way, then don't pretend that everything's okay. Don't string me along the way you do. Just let me get over you.
Into my office. Now, when we're talking about if somebody were to walk into my apartment right now, how would I feel? I would say I would feel embarrassed if they saw what my office looks like right now. And this is the space in my apartment that gets the messiest and the worst by far. It kind of turns into a dumping ground sometimes, and I personally need to be better about putting things away right the first time. I say that all the time, and I usually do. For some reason, with the exception of my office, a lot of times things will just end up on the desk or thrown over my chair. That is going to be a goal of mine, is to keep this desk clean.
Maybe you don't wanna know. You don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you. So maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts.
I think one of the reasons it gets so messy is because I use it for so many different purposes. So I use it for work, and now with me working from home every single day, a lot of work happens there, but I also use it for personal things. I use it for running sophisticated organization. I use it for crafting. I mean, you name it, I do it at my desk. So with having so many different moving parts and different things that I do there, it's kind of hard to separate everything I do and to clean everything up in between all of these different tasks that I'm doing. I think that's about it for the day. I really enjoyed slowing the pace down a little bit, having a little more of a relaxing time cleaning, not worried about being so tied to my to-do list, but still getting things done around the house. I hope that you guys do the same, get a few things done, get prepped for the holidays. I know this time is so busy, so the best that you can do is all that matters right now. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I will see you guys later.